Like 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
The motto of Chicago is Urbs in Horto, which is Latin for City in the Garden, and that makes sense considering how many parks are in the city. In the Loop area, there are 3 parks: Grant Park, Millennium Park, and Maggie Daley Park. Though some people exclude anything right of Michigan Avenue from the Loop, I will be considering the parks in this tour to be part of the Loop. So let's cross Michigan Avenue and check these out. Starting off in the south end of Grant Park, you will see 106 wandering headless legs. Don't be scared though, I'm 99% sure they're just statues. These statues were designed by Magdalena Abakinovich and put in the park in 2006. Speaking of statues, up north a bit is a statue commemorating Civil War General John A. Logan. Sitting in the middle of the park is a statue of another Civil War hero, Abraham Lincoln. You know, there's a Lincoln statue in Grant Park, but is there a Grant statue in Lincoln Park? Well, you just have to stay tuned for that answer. The main attraction of Grant Park is easily Buckingham Fountain. It sprays water high up in the air, visible from blocks away. It is not only a monument to the lake that's across the street, but to the city itself. Lollapalooza takes the park by storm in the beginning of August every year, but if the music or audience doesn't appeal to you, there's other events throughout the summer that you can check out, like Blues Fest or Taste of Chicago, just to name a few. Grant Park is a large park, so there's plenty of room to just set up a hammock and enjoy the scenery. Next to Grant Park is the Art Institute. Guarded by 2 lions, the museum is home to many iconic paintings, such as the Sunday Afternoon on the island of Le Grand Jatte, American Gothic, and Nighthawk Diner. When you're done visiting the museum, you can cross a bridge that leads to Millennium Park.
Hey, what are you doing? Is that a tripod?
What are you— No. Sorry about that. Guess they don't like filming here. Anyway, once you get off the bridge, you will find yourself between 2 giant silver objects. But let's start with the closest one. On your right is Pritzker Pavilion. Frank Gehry's unique design makes it stand out in the city's skyline. The pavilion is home to quite a few concerts throughout the year. It's a good place to rock out to some music. The other silver object in Millennium Park is definitely more obscure. It's this little known sculpture called Cloud Gate. In all seriousness, Cloud Gate, or commonly known as the Bean, is an icon in Chicago. Rarely is it seen without a large quantity of people crowded around it, taking pictures, or going underneath, or taking pictures underneath. Going a little bit south, you'll see a couple of pillars. And not just any pillars, but pillars that display faces on them. Sometimes these faces will spit out water. Yeah, that must have been awkward to film. Other attractions in Millennium Park include ice skating in the winter, a garden, and the nature in the middle of a bustling city. Heading back to the northeastern part of the park, there's another bridge that takes you to Maggie Daley Park, our third park. What once used to be another part of Grant Park, it recently got renovated into Maggie C. Daley Park in 2012. The park is named after Maggie C. Daley, wife of former mayor Richard M. Daley. One of the main attractions of the park is a rock climbing wall, which is surrounded by a skating ribbon. Most of the year, the ribbon is set up for roller skating, and during the winter, it becomes an ice skating ribbon. There's a miniature golf course set up that has holes based off of numerous Chicago landmarks. Also in this park is a large playground and some tennis courts to practice in. In the large city, it's sometimes nice to just take a break and enjoy Mother Nature. Next time, let's take a trip down Lakeshore Drive and visit the museum campus. This is Oliver Roper with Checking Out Chicago.